What is good, YouTube? YD here, back with a new video for the podcast. And today I'm gonna talk about Us, the movie Us, made by his name Keenan Peele. But anyways, Us just came out this Friday. I went to go see it, and I wanted to give my review on it. I'm not gonna give no spoilers, not right now. Pretty much give my review on it. It was a good movie. I was really anticipating this movie because how good Get Out was. And I don't know. I didn't really see nothing I didn't like, besides there were some holes that I couldn't get answers for, in the movie. So it was kind of mind-boggling. Like, okay, so where did this come from? And why did this happen? And why did this happen? And other than that, the movie was good. Everything was like, okay, watching the trailer, some stuff you think this was used for this reason, and some stuff you think this was used for this reason, but it doesn't really have those type of reasons. And the trailer didn't show as much as we probably thought it did. We thought we knew what was about to happen, but didn't. But other than that, the movie was good. If I give it 5 stars, I give it 5 out of 5 stars. Good horror movie. It's not necessarily nothing with monsters or anything for those who don't like those type of movies. It's more of a thriller movie. If anything, it's more of pop-ups and jumps and surprises, and shocks. It's not nothing of monsters and demons or ghosts. None of that. Just a regular old serial killer type movie, thriller movie. Yeah, other than that, it was good. So, moving on from here, I want to talk about little spoilers. So, if you ain't seen the movie and you want to go see the movie and you don't want no heads up on anything, you might want to skip past this video for right now. And then for those who, for those who want to see the video but they're kind of scared because they don't not knowing what to expect, I can give you some insight. All right. So, spoiler alert. So basically, watching the trailer, you see the mom in the beginning, the dad, the daughter, and the son. The mom is supposed to be the main character. And you see a little girl in the previews as well getting choked out by a little girl that looks like her. That is actually the mom when she was young. And what you're actually seeing is her double that she ends up running into in the movie, choking her out and switching spots with her. Which, made the whole movie what it is by her switching spots, because we didn't know that the whole time, and we sitting here thinking like, why is these people trying to kill her, but when you want to kill somebody that stole your life, as far as all the other doppelgangers go, they were just trying to get a life, and there was 2 person to 1 soul. 2 person to 1 soul. What I'm saying? Like us, we have 1 body, 1 soul. Them, they have 2 bodies, 1 soul. That's why they mirror each other's movements and all that, because they're sharing a soul and they live underground on some weird stuff. Now, what the movie didn't explain is who was cloning them. Of course, some government, but they didn't explain who in the government was cloning these people, why they cloned them and why nobody was down there watching them, because they were down there. There was no supervision. They just didn't leave because they were tethered to the upper, to their other selves and doing whatever their other self was doing. But yeah, and the little girl ended up going towards, that little I don't want to call it a haunted house, like a magic mirror place or whatever, where the little girl found her double. She ended up going there, and her mirror self followed her because they were mirroring each other's images and movements. That's when they ended up meeting. But other than that, I ain't gonna give too much. It was good. That little plot twist right there. And there's other plot twists too, but I ain't gonna give that out either. I want y'all to figure that out on your own. Watch the movie, check it out, or whatever. But there's so much other stuff that I didn't tell you, and I just told you a small fraction of the movie. So let's go ahead and change up the direction of this podcast just a little bit. Let's talk about some life. We on some real stuff right now. So the question is, if you had both parents with you in your life, how different do you think your life would be? And me and my friends, you know, some of us, you know, we was brought up in a single parent household, or just didn't have their actual father in the home, or vice versa. They had their father but didn't have their mother. So, you know, by not having that other parent, you know, life can sometimes veer differently than what you expect it to, you know. So I'm just going to go ahead with my opinion, you know, on what I think. For y'all, you know, for those who know me, y'all know my past, you know, y'all know I have a serious criminal history, you know what I'm saying, and all that, and all this extra stuff. But I just feel, you know, if my father was there, then he would have veered me, because as far as I know, if any of my siblings, they haven't went to jail from far as I know, and, you know, they pretty good, you know. I don't hear too much negativity on that side of the family, you know, and I feel like if he was there, he would have veered me, because I'm his firstborn child, you know. He would have veered me on the right path and like, hey, you, son, cut that out. You need to do what's right. This is, you know, you can't do it, you know. I ain't saying I didn't have a father figure, you know, but I'm talking about my biological father, you know. For a minute, like my brother's dad was like my father, you know, growing up. But then again, you know, I don't remember learning too much from him as far as in life, you know. As far as life, I just took a little bit of here and there, learning from everybody and throwing it in, and this is what I think life is type thing, you know. I learned this from my grandpa, I learned this from my stepdad, I learned this from my uncle, I learned this from my homeboy's father, I learned this from OG locked up, learned this from OG up the street, learned this from OG at work, you know. There's stuff like that, put it all into one, and this is what I took with life, you know. But I just think life would have been better. I wasn't too far off, you know, but I just feel I would have stayed on the straight and narrow a little better than what I was. And I think that's kind of why the way I am with my kids now today is I want them to be better than what I was, you know. So that's why I'm so hard on them, even though they're still kind of young. But where was my father at teaching me anything at that age, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to instill that message in their head that you can still do whatever you want to do, but as long as it's good and as long as you're doing better than me, you know what I'm saying? If I see something that I was doing that you're doing and I know where it took me, I'm going to stop you and I'm going to call you on, you know. I'm not going to beat you up, whoop you, whatever. I'm just going to, you know, talk to you like, hey, this is the same thing Daddy went through and it didn't end well for him, you know. So, with that said, let's move on to the next little question. It says, what your parents did when you was a child can play in your future now. I believe that, you know. I can't exactly remember who told me. I think it was either my mom or someone else. But they was talking about, like, the actions your parents, you know, did. Like, you know, my mom had quite a history, you know, criminal-wise. And my brother's dad, same thing, you know. I saw that growing up, and I ended up following footsteps pretty much and going to jail myself and all that crap, you know. But I didn't let it determine who I was, you know. So after, just like my mom, she didn't let it determine who she was. You would have never thought that happened to her, you know. Same thing with my brother's dad. You would have never, unless you knew them, unless you knew me, you would have never knew nothing about none of that, you know. And it's not all about how a person looks. You don't, like, people tell me, you don't look like the type of person. What does that person look like? That sounds like a stereotypical thing. What does that person look like? I don't understand. But it's like what you see your parents do, you eventually gonna take some of those characteristics, you know. See your mom smoking, you're gonna smoke. See your pops drinking, you're gonna drink. You know, unless it was to the point where it was a traumatizing type situation, then you're gonna not follow that situation. I understand. Put yourself in those situations, but it can't play in your future. But one thing I can say I admire my mom for is what she's like a survivor, man. She's a hustler. You know what I'm saying? She used to get us what we needed, and by doing that, sometimes led to her getting in trouble, But you got to take care of your child, And that's another thing, over this weekend, I got to a conversation with two females over children, having babies or whatever, and we was talking about they feel they should have children whenever they want to have children. I feel you should have children when it's right. It's okay if it's an accident, you have sex with someone and you're not pregnant. It is what it is. You got to go from there and just take care of your responsibilities. That's what happened to me when I was young, but I'm not, that same age anymore. I'm smarter, I'm wiser. Let's make better decisions. You know what I'm saying? You want a child, let's prepare for this child. Let's not bring this child into a world with nothing, That doesn't make sense. And that child's going to be born struggling. It's not fair to that child to be born struggling. But back to what I was saying about my mom's, we were struggling back then. I was seeing her hustle and get what she needed to keep us with what we needed, and all of that. But seeing that taught me how to survive and taught me how not to struggle and taught me, because I see my mom do this, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I seen how she did this. Let me try this, but add this to it. You know what I'm saying? Take what you seen and what was taught and perfected and make it better. Simple as that, And another question is, you learn from your parents and family relationships and apply them to your own life. Like, if your family has good longevity with marriages, most likely you're going to have the same, because you're going to know what to look for, because your family most likely going to put you on game, or you're going to see what they did to keep their marriage together, or they'll talk to you about it. Or it could be the opposite. Your family could be full of divorces, and you might not want to marry because of, how you've seen your family go through. Or you want to get married and it ends in a divorce because your family didn't show you the proper way of how to sustain that marriage. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But just like, for instance, I have a lot of females in my family. Mother, auntie, grandmas, stuff like that. I was around, and it made me treat women differently as far as, when I was younger. I was a ladies' man. You know what I'm saying? Women love me. You know what I'm saying? I was the guy that gives gifts, and got the mouthpiece, stuff like that. And my parents seen that, like, I see you real good with the ladies because, we always showed you love, and showed you what it is to love. And you took on that trait and you're using it, Like, I show my kids the same kind of love, so they can have that love. Because, growing up as a man without a real father to show you those, what love is, you tend to grow up and be like, no, don't hug me, that's gay. You know what I'm saying? You don't touch me like that, that's gay. Because you wasn't shown that type of love, so you don't know what real affection is. Like, some people say, oh, your father kissing you on the forehead is gay. But that's your dad, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You let your mom do it, but it's your dad. It's showing affection. He's not gay. It's showing him he loves you, you know what I'm saying? Your father hugging you. Some people don't even hug their father. You know what I'm saying? Your father hugging you is showing a sign of weakness or whatever, Those are all a sign of affection that you need to show your children so they can know what it is to love and not grow up acting all extra hard, you know what I'm saying? And then they're going to pass that on to their kids, and their kids won't know how to show that proper love, Like, for a minute, I didn't know how to show proper love, because my father wasn't around to show me that proper affection, Like, I didn't have my father there to hug me, give me that kiss on the forehead, or, do those sentimental things, to show you that type of affection, I had other father figures, in my life, uncles, my grandpa, stepdad, etc. That was a different type of love. They're not my father, so they can't show me a fatherly love like they can, Yeah, basically, what you see them do, you apply into your relationships. And I didn't know, like, I heard that somewhere, and I didn't know how effective that really was until I saw my relationship and I was showing some traits in my relationship. Like, for instance, like I said, I have a lot of women in my family. Let me rephrase it. I have a lot of strong women in my family, to where, no offense to all the husbands in the family, don't get mad at me, but I'm just spitting on what I see and what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of strong women in the family, and those women, they ain't no punks. So the husbands, they know what to do, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, I'm a man born in a strong female dominant family. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in a relationship, I was dating a female that was showing those signs. I didn't like that, because I seen that and I was like, come on, you're supposed to be a man. Me, I'm thinking you're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to let your wife do you like this, or your girlfriend do you like this. You're supposed to show dominance, and you're supposed to be assertive and all this, all this type of stuff. So that's what I was like. You know what? If I get in a relationship, I'm gonna get a woman that's not gonna try to boss me around, whatever. Because that's what happened, and that didn't end well. With two negative people bumping heads. Like, you trying to wear the pants, and I'm trying to wear the pants. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying y'all not wearing the pants, but I'm just saying they have more say in the relationship than you guys would. You know what I'm saying? You guys will run stuff by them more often, than not. And they have a lot more to say. That's what I'm saying. But, like, in my relationship, I'm more of the head. You know what I'm saying? It's vice versa. The females played an assertive role, and I was born from one of them assertive females, so I'm going to be assertive in my relationship as well. So I'm learned that. See my mom do it, my grandma, aunties, etc. Great grandma, etc. But yeah, stuff like that, just to make you think. You know what I'm saying? If you feel I'm hitting home on some stuff, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know how you feel. We can talk it out, because don't nobody really comment, man. Y'all be on some, I ain't saying that y'all be acting like hoes and nothing, but nah, y'all don't just want me comment like that. But I appreciate all the views I get and all the likes. But yeah, don't be scared to comment down below. Let me know what y'all think, so we can chat back and forth. And then also, if you guys got any topics you want me to talk about, hit me up on Facebook, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on YouTube. If you got my number personally or email, just hit me up, and we can just chat and just pretty much see what your views are and your differences is, or say opinion or whatever. But today I have this some smash and pass, but this is kind of the first time I'm gonna do it without nobody. So this is not kind of like a smash and pass. This is more of my opinion. And if you got your own opinion, like I said, please comment down below, and we can see our differences. Alright, it says one has to go. Disney Pixar movies. So you gotta look through these movies. You got Lion King, Hercules, Incredibles, Nemo, Aladdin, Mulan, Tarzan, Toy Story, and Up. So out of those movies, you gotta pick one of those movies to go. Me, I like Lion King. I like Hercules a lot. Incredibles, I didn't really grow up as a kid, per se on that. But Nemo, yeah, that's cool. Aladdin, I really liked Aladdin. Mulan was cool. Tarzan was dope. Toy Story was dope. Up, I'm probably get rid of Up. Up was cool. It was too sad. You know what I'm saying? Lion King was sad, but it was more exciting. You know what I'm saying? All the movies had their sad moments, but this one had more of a sad moment. This older man was lonely. Wife died. His wife died, and he was lonely, etc. And he just pretty much wanted to go on that one last adventure that he never got a chance to go on with his wife. And he's with a little Boy Scout that he met or whatever. And he just tried to bring that excitement back to the old man's life and stuff like that. But yeah, that one was cool. All right, let's move on to the next. It says, let's see who knows good macaroni and cheese. Choose only one. So the first one, if you look at it, it looks good, like it's getting there, but I'm looking at number 3 and number 2. Number 3 is dry. There's no cheese. There's mac, but there's no cheese. You know what I'm saying? It got cheese colored on it. You know, it's mac cheese colored, but there's no real cheese on that. The next one, which is 2, is a little too cheesy. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's lactose want to stay away from that. That's gonna cause some serious problems. Even if, you know, any for a regular person, you can get constipated. That's like a lot of cheese. It's like they put Velveeta in that. I don't really agree on. I mean, they sell at the store, but I don't. Not the mac and cheese like the kind your auntie make or your grandma make. Not that type of mac and cheese. 4 and 1. Both kind of look good, but you can't really tell it till you kind of like dig into it. So I'm not gonna judge it based on the top, because the top is just cheese that's cooked on top. You know, like number 4 looked like it could be number 2, but with extra cheese, like shredded cheese on top. And then number 3 looked like it could be number 1, but with cheese on top. I don't know, man. I say I gotta choose. I'm gonna go with 4. Cause 4 look like it's real cheesy. You just gotta dig into it. You pull it out. You know what I'm saying? And all those cheese just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna go with 4. All right. So moving on to the next. Said, what was the best PBS Kids show? What y'all think? They got Dragon Tales, Arthur. What was it? Super Y? I think my kids watched it. Super Y, and then they got Caillou. So right off the bat, I'm gonna X out Super Y because that wasn't part of my childhood, you know, kids show. My kids watch it; they can best answer that. Caillou. I don't care for Caillou. He's like a Tommy Pickles from Rugrats, another bald kid. Like, why is y'all bald and y'all this grown? But anyways, Arthur was dope and Dragon Tales was dope. When I was a kid, I used to come home every day and watch Dragon Tales. Arthur, I used to catch here and there. I'm gonna go with Dragon Tales because it's more fantasy and it was, you know, they have a more variety of things they can do. Arthur was based kind of more off of real life and real life situations, which was cool too. But you know, I like to get away from life sometimes, so I'm gonna go with Dragon Tales. Dragon Tales was dope. This last one, it says, what food were you forced to eat as a kid and still refuse to eat as an adult? And whoever made this says eggs. I love eggs. I'm not gonna say that. The food I was forced to eat, if you ain't known by now, I'm gonna say Brussels sprouts. Cause I ain't that much of a picky person. For those who really know me, I'm not that picky. But certain things I'm not gonna mess with, like Brussels sprouts. I'm not feeling Brussels sprouts. I don't like that aftertaste it gets. I don't know. Like growing up, my grandma and grandpa used to force me to eat Brussels sprouts. I'm like, why do y'all like this stuff? Like, I used to eat spinach. I was cool with that because it was close to greens. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with spinach and everything, you know. But I like all other vegetables, but I just didn't like no Brussels sprouts. And I think they don't like it no more because I ain't seen them cook it. Not no more since back when I was a kid. They ain't cooked it no more. So I don't know. But yeah, Brussels sprouts. I don't buy it at all. I don't buy it for my kid, you know, for the household. I don't buy it. Period. I don't eat it. Period. And I haven't seen nobody really cook it. So that's good. Maybe the world ran out of Brussels sprouts. I don't even know where you get Brussels sprouts anymore. Shoot, can you buy fresh Brussels sprouts? I don't know. What is a Brussels sprout? But anyways, that's that. But that seems to be everything I have to talk about today, y'all. I appreciate you guys for watching. Tune in next time. I'm out.